Hey everyone, Dan at Ochiko Bushcraft. Well, today we're going to do a basic tripod cooking setup. Now, when I mean basic tripod, there's actually a couple different ways to do tripods, but basically you can break them up into two groups. One where you do a lot of lashing around and then fraps to make a tripod that is designed to hold a lot of weight. The other way is to simply take one piece of cord, tie an overhand knot, and you're done. And that gives you a really quick, simple tripod setup for something that's not designed to hold a lot of weight. For example, I set up tripods like that in my camp to hold my water bottles. So it'll just be hanging where I need it, or my extra water bag with water, the next liter or 2 liters of water that need to be purified. So for cooking, same thing. Unless you're going to have, a big cast iron pot that's a lot of weight and really pulling down, you don't need much. So just like any tripod, 3 poles. I just grabbed 3 dead limbs off the ground and some bank line. And I've actually got some extra bank line here from the last time I was out, and I'm just going to reuse it. So you take your 3 poles. Now, if you're doing, lashing and frapping, you would put your 3 poles side by side like this. And then there's 2 ways to do it. You make a clove hitch, and then you go under one and over and under and over and under and over, and then make your fraps, or just make several laps around tight and again make your fraps. But what we're doing is just a real simple basic tripod. So all we're going to do is an overhand knot, and I'm deliberately using a long piece of cordage with a tail, which you'll see why in a moment. So on this type, you actually stack your pole. So basically I'm making a triangle. I've got 2 on the bottom and 1 on top. And I'm just going to tie an overhand knot over the top of these, like so. But I'm not going to snug it down real tight. Again, there's a reason for that. So I could tighten it down, but I don't want to do that. It's just going to be kind of loose. It's just sitting there. And so just a simple overhand knot. Now I'm going to readjust you guys so I can stand up and show you how easy this makes a tripod. Okay, so again, just a simple overhand knot, a long tail left, which will be used to hang whatever I'm cooking with from the center of the tripod. I'm going to stand this up, and I'm just going to take one and twist it over. Okay, that quick and easy. So again, 2 poles on the bottom, 1 pole sitting on top of the other 2, so it basically looks like a triangle. I stand them up. I take that 1 pole, so I've got 2 in the back, 1 in the front, and I just make a big circle with it, come back down and spread the legs out. And that circle that I made creates a ton of tension, which is why you don't want to tighten the cordage down really, really tight, because you could potentially break the cordage or have it so tight you couldn't twist it. But just doing what I did there, you can hear the wood popping. It was so tight I had a hard time pushing it around on the last part of the circle, but as I did, you could hear the wood popping, and that is tight. And for a basic tripod, for cooking, hanging water, hanging gear from, something that's not going to hold a lot of weight. That's all you need. And I just used a piece of leftover cordage. You don't have to use up all your cordage making wraps and fraps for something like this. So I got me a fire pit made right over here. I'll move you guys over in front of that, get a fire going, get my Pathfinder cup. Let me grab that. So today I'm just going to be cooking from my Pathfinder cup. I'm boiling up some water and trying, for the first time ever, I've had this for several years. You can tell because this is the old style packaging, but this is an old scrambled eggs and bacon. And I have never tried this flavor of Mountain House. Bought it a few years ago and just threw it in the pack. So we're going to boil up some water, have scrambled eggs and bacon. First, we need to get a fire going. So let me pause you guys, move you over in front of the fire pit. Okay, so I got me a little fire pit over here. I've already got some fine material broke up inside it. Got a piece of fat wood here. I will add a few small pieces into that. Using my little Essie Azula. Perfect. So that's just giving me some pieces of fat wood down inside there. And the sun's finally coming out. It's been cloudy and cold all morning, and we got just a little bit of fresh snow up here. I got a bunch of fire plugs here, and I'm just going to go ahead and use one of those. Get it down inside there. I'm fluffing up the end so it'll catch a spark. And my ferro rod out. It's got a striker on it, but my Azula has a 90-degree spine, so I'm going to use that. There we go. Get that down in there a little bit. Break up this piece of fat wood a little more. And that's going to take right off. So, and then as you see, I moved my tripod over here. Once I get this fire going good, get some coals down in there. Pull that tripod over it. And get some water boiling and try out that Mountain House meal. Again, this is just a really fast, simple way to make a tripod. When I first started bushcrafting, I thought that all tripods had to be done with the old flapping and wrapping. So I'd, literally pull off a 10 or 12 foot piece of bank line and make my clove hitch and go to work around and around and around, and then frap and frap and frap and frap. And then I actually saw another YouTuber saying, hey, this is all you need. Tie it, spin a leg, and you're good to go for a basic tripod. And it works perfectly. It's as stable as can be. So I'm going to gather up some wood. I've got a little bit sitting here behind me. And get this going, get some flames and stuff, and then we'll come back and we'll do the next step. Okay, I just grabbed me a dead branch that basically has a Y on it right here. And I'll hang my Pathfinder cup from that. So I'm going to just make a little cut around there to tie the cordage that's hanging down from the center of the tripod, that tail that we left, to get rid of that bottom piece. So okay, let's try to get where you guys can see me here. I'm just making a cut around the side so that my cordage will have a place to sit and not slide up. Out of there. I had to come down here for a little leverage. Bear with me a second. I got my fire going good. Found one piece of pitch, threw it on top, so it's starting to put out some good heat. But so I'm just carving a little circle around here for my cordage to sit in. And I was trying to do it up here, but I needed a little bit of leverage, so I'm wedging it above the ground, or against the ground. But it should work right there. Should be good enough. Doesn't need to be much, just so it doesn't slip up. So that'll work right there. And I'll grab my tripod and bring it over here a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so that tail that I left on there right here, I'm going to attach to this Y stick. Again, I'm just going to tie a couple simple overhand knots, like so. Cinch them down nice and tight. Bank line doesn't slip like parachute cord. It cinches down on itself very securely. So that's not going to go nowhere. Now the cool thing, in order to get my height, I just flip this up over the top as many times as I need to adjust my height. If my fire burns down low, I can just unwrap this, drop it down lower. If my flames are coming up too high, wrap it around again to get it higher. So I'll set this tripod right over the flames, and I got 8 ounces of water in the cup. That's what it said for that Mountain House meal. And we'll try it out. All right, there we go. I'm going to pull my handle out here. There we go. It's going to be hot. I'm either going to have to take a stick or my gloves, but I'm going to get that boiling really, really good. And cook up that meal. So that thing's putting out a lot of heat right now. But there it is. I mean, that's a basic tripod setup. You know, you don't need all of that frapping and wrapping if you're not going to be having a lot of weight on it. If I'm going to build a shelter under a tripod, which I just did in another video, and I'm going to be putting on a lot of weight, I will go ahead and take the time and do the wraps and fraps. But for cooking, hanging my water bottle, hanging up gear, things like that, that's all I need. And when I'm done, I'll reuse that cordage. I didn't need to cut a separate piece. By just using that tail to tie off for a pot holder, I still have a nice long piece of bank line to wrap right back up and use again. And as you saw when I started, it was actually the same piece that I'd used last time. I'd stuck it back in my pack, so it's just going to get reused again and again. So I'll pause you guys and hang on here for a few minutes. As hot as that fire is burning, I can't imagine it'll be more than a couple minutes before my water's boiling and we can see what that Mountain House scrambled eggs and bacon tastes like. Oh, that feels nice. The sun went back behind the clouds again, and you know, when I came out, I could feel the heat of the sun, but it's cold out here. This little bit of snow that we got, it's not going anywhere. It's not above freezing, but that little fire sure feels good. It's only been about 2.5 minutes, but I got it sitting right down in the coals, the cup, and it's heating fast. And I'm going to use this stick and put it through the handles, grab the Y stick and lift it out of there here in just a minute. Some more wood for there. There we go. Oh, let's see. Yep, we're boiling. Okay, we got a nice boil going. So let's get this ready. Mountain House scrambled eggs and bacon. My very first one at one of these. That oxygen absorber. So that's what it looks like if you haven't ever tried one. No smell to it, but that's what it looks like. So we're gonna get my water off there, get that cup of boiling water in. So I'm gonna get a glove on my hand to make darn sure I don't get burned here. Okay. And I'm going to put this up out of the way. Just hang it there from the top. Get rid of this little spreader. That's the spreader that comes with the cup at Pathfinder. It's, like I said, the Pathfinder cup setup, which I think is a very cool invention. My lid. And got a cup of boiling water here. All right. Stir. And then that's supposed to sit for about 6 minutes. I'm going to set it right here by the fire. and stoke that up a little more so I got a good warming fire. So I'll go ahead and get some more wood, throw some more wood on there, and we'll give it about 6 minutes and turn you guys back on and see what this tastes like. Okay, we're at 4 minutes, 2 minutes to go. And just kind of stirring it around by squeezing it a little bit. Threw some more wood on the fire. The wind's starting to blow. You can tell by the smoke. Supposed to get some high winds this afternoon, so I'm either going to have to build me some kind of a reflector, keep my back out of the wind, or I may move to a different location because there's some other areas I want to explore today. This is a great way to start. Hot scrambled eggs and bacon. I'm anticipating now. Where are we at? 1.5 minutes to go. All right, time's up. Ooh, that bag's hot. I'm gonna have to put my glove on. Wow, that bag held its heat really well. Oh, there's the sun again, making another appearance. Okay. Let's give you guys a close-up here. Here we are, scrambled eggs with bacon. That's not bad at all. I'm surprised. See, I threw this in my pack a couple years ago, and I didn't have it because I just had it in my head that freeze-dried bacon and eggs could not be that good. I was wrong. Sorry, Mountain House. I owe them an apology. This is really good. I wish that sun would go back behind the cloud because it's kind of blocking the camera, but if you can see that piece there's got a nice chunk of bacon right on top. Wow, that's good. I recommend it. If you haven't tried the Mountain House scrambled eggs and bacon, that is a great breakfast. Really, really surprised. There we go. Sun just went back. Now I can get you guys a really good look. Yeah, look at that. Big old fluffy eggs, bit of bacon sitting right there. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to show you, maybe you've already seen it, but if not, a very quick and easy way to do up a tripod for, some fast bushcraft cooking. Thanks for watching. And again, I'll ask, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot in being able to fund my trips out here because, as you know, gas is getting a little expensive. Thanks, guys.